What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've done anything and put on a video, but I'm standing right here at our church, and we're preparing for an event called Kicksgiving. And Kicksgiving is where it's something that the Lord had put on my heart to do last year, but I didn't do it. But this year, He really just placed it on my heart to do something for the community. For those of you who've been watching this channel, y'all know how much sneakers are a big part of my life, and as trivial as it seems, but it's something that I've used as a way to make connections with my students, with other people in my walks. And so we're having this Thanksgiving event, and just to show y'all what we've been working with, these are all sneakers that have been donated, and most of them are actually brand spanking new, because people have donated money to buy sneakers to go towards this endeavor. And these are clothes, and we have coats over there and more clothes to give away to the community. And the purpose of this live was to show y'all how my life is living in a living example of Proverbs 18:22. And in Proverbs 18:22, it says, and this is King James Version, says, "Whoever finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor of the Lord." And let me just testify really quick, and then I'll let you guys go, about how much favor I found with God because of my relationship with my wife. So not only is my wife super supportive of this event, but so she's helping me promote it and all those things like that. But she's not like a sneakerhead, but she didn't allow that to hold her back from being a support and from being a help to me. So what she's done now, God had placed on her heart to have a community dinner for Thanksgiving, to cook and prepare meals for the community. And what she's then done was they had a plate sale 2 weeks ago, and they took all of that money that they made from serving plates and making plates and selling plates, and used that to buy food to prepare to give away for two people who are coming to the Kicksgiving event. Now, that just really blessed me, and I'm kind of rambling a little bit, and I don't mean to, because I'm just, this is off the top of the head, and I just felt led to do that. But I just thank God for Nakia so much. I thank God for Key so much, because she could have been totally hands off. She could have just been like, well, this is your thing, and I'll support in whatever way. But she found an even greater way to be a support, to not just let me, to not just help me promote it, but to find what she could do to be a part of it and be totally invested in it. And we've definitely gotten favor from the Lord. I have so much favor on my life because of my wife and my family, and because of how I honor her. God is now favoring me to where I'm in places and spaces that I should not be. When I think of the financial blessings that we've received during the duration of our marriage, it's pretty much unfathomable, because we shouldn't have this much favor. We shouldn't be as blessed as we are. Even with us being a one income family, God has given us so much. We've been able to experience so much just through being an obedient husband, just through being, just from finding my good thing, right? I find a good thing. So Nakia is definitely the best thing besides being saved and loving the Lord and having a relationship with the Lord. But Nakia has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I thank God for her because I'm able to reap the benefits from being her husband. Um, yeah, and it's just a marvelous thing to behold. I'm grateful to God for her, and I'm just excited about what the future holds. Do we have everything that we want and desire right now? No. But do we have all that we need? Yes. Are our children fed, clothed, and in good health? Yes. Do we have a mode of transportation? Yes. Do we have a roof over our head? Yes. Do we have a place of worship? Yes. Do we have a loving marriage that thrives in communication and support? Yes. And that's all because of first off, my relationship with God, and then secondly, because of my relationship with her. By honoring her, God honors me. And that's a principle that we need more of in this world, because everything is always about get yours, do you, don't worry about everybody else, take somebody else's girl. That's what culture pushes on us, and that is anti-God. If you do things like that, then you don't really claim to love God. So you can always tell a tree by the fruit that they produce. If a man says that he loves you but doesn't honor you, then he doesn't love you. If a man claims to love God but then treats his wife like a piece of trash or is not there to support his kids, then he doesn't really love God, because he says in his word, if you love me, keep my commandments, right? And real quick thing, I was even talking to a guy the other day, and he said he was trying to work things out, and not to tell too much of his situation, but he was trying to work things out with his child's mom. And this dude was still, while trying to work it out, like still plotting and planning to make plans with other people. And she found out about it, and then he was just like, why was you going through like trying to do that whole thing? And I really had to like rebuke him and tell him how wrong he was, because like if you love somebody, you don't do that. I found that out the hard way. I found that out through experience, that if you love somebody, you treat them with love and respect. You honor them, you cover them, you be there for them, and you sacrifice for them. And the Bible tells us all that, that we're supposed to forsake all others. And when our wedding vows, we forsake all others so that we can be just with that one person. And I find more oftentimes than not that in relationships that people aren't willing to forsake everybody else. Like I'll make you my main girl and give you that title of being my main girl, but I still kind of want to be with everybody else. And I'm trying to tell y'all right now that a man who is trying to work things out with you and still trying to, placate to other people is not the man for you. Because, and I even had to ask the brothers, like, yo, if your daughter came to you with this same scenario that you're putting her mom through, how would you feel about that? Would you want that for your daughter? Would you want that for your mother? Would you want that, for your sister? And if the answer is no, then you should not be doing it. God is calling us as men to step up to the plate and be there for our women. They have everything that we need, everything that I need from a woman. I find that in my wife. But culture and the world and social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all these other places, Twitter, the internet, they always tell us that we need more, that, like we're supposed to be conquerors. Anyone who tells you that monogamy is an unnatural thing is a liar, because it says in the word, who findeth a wife, doesn't say wives, doesn't say anything. It says whosoever finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So men, if you are watching this, if you want to receive favor from God, get you a wife. And not just any old thing, someone that you actually love. Of course, have the spirit of discernment. Use wisdom with the one that you give your last name to and that you want to spend life with, right? But at the same time, just know that you're going to receive favor from God because you decided to honor his daughter, right? And we also have to look at it from this one perspective too. Marriage is supposed to resemble Christ's love for the church, right? So my relationship with Key reflects God's relationship with the church. God chose Israel out of all the other nations that could be, that would have been, and that have developed. He chose Israel to be his love, right? He was those are his chosen people, right? And through his actions throughout history, throughout the course of time, and despite what's going on overseas right now, they're still his chosen. They're still the one that he loves, right? And they are blessed because of it. They have favor. If you look at the Jewish community, they've undergone a lot of hardships. They've undergone a whole bunch of ordeals. But when it comes to the on average type of thing, they have favor. They have power. They have influence in the earth, right? That's because they are God's chosen, right? And the church, the Christian community, we might not have everything that we want, but we are definitely favored of the Lord, right? I'm able to walk in divine health. I'm able to walk in divine wealth because of my relationship with God. And because I've decided to make Nakia Patrice Purefoy my choice, and to honor her with my, not just my words, but my actions. So I provide for her. I counsel her. I give her instruction. I correct her. She corrects me. She gives me counsel. She instructs me. It's a two-way street. But the promise, the instruction, the command was given to the man, right? That when you find a wife, you find a good thing and finds favor with the Lord. I have walked in, our children have walked in places that we would have never have been, because of where we come from and because of, who we are. But because of the favor that God has on me, because I've decided to honor my wife, God has opened up so many doors. He's blessed us. And I've been praying to God for the gift of faith to actually believe the things that I sing and preach about. And I believe that God can do anything. God has shown us time and time again that he can and that he will do anything that we need him to do to make a believer out of us. And I'm praying to God for the faith to believe him to do even greater. Like, we're believing God for a house right now, and we don't have the house right now. And we've had funds, and we've had to use those funds to do other things with. But all in all, God has made a way. He's met us through, and he has comforted us through every facet of our walk. And I just encourage y'all. I encourage my brothers, those who are watching. I don't know who's going to see this, and y'all don't mind Raleigh. He's doing the most, even though Daddy's on live. But that you find you a woman that you love, and that you have to make the decision to honor her, though. Right? I could have chosen any woman. I could have been with any woman, but I chose Nakia. She could have chosen any man, but she chose me. And because of that mutual love and respect for one another, and because I honor God through my relationship with her, I forsake all others. I don't entertain women who are trying to holler at me. And that's actually a funny case. And after this ordeal that we're going through right now, I'll be able to share the testimony in full. But because I honor her with my actions, my words, my deeds, my money, my time, my effort, my thoughts, God has honored me, and he gives me favor. So those of you who are watching right now, please tap that like button. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. I plan on doing a lot more of these talks about how to to honor God through our relationships, how to be a man of integrity. God has really put me in a space and in a place to mentor men, to be the men that God has called us to be, so that we can be the husbands that God has called us to be, so that we can be the fathers that God has called us to be. And I encourage every man who is watching this to read Proverbs. To read Proverbs. It applies to everybody, but it's for us, because we are called to be the heads of our family. We're called to be the priests of our families. We're called to be the representation, the physical representation of God in our houses. Just like Jesus was the physical representation of God on the earth, that is now our role in our families. And it's time out for, allowing our women to pick up our slack, right? So we've been married now for 13 wonderful years. It was a rocky start in the beginning, but just like seeds have to grow through the dirt in order to become the trees that bear much fruit, so does a relationship. The problem today is that people, they don't want to stick through it, through the tough times and the rough times. But I guarantee you that if you trust God through the tough times, that is going to work out, and it's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for you. Again, Proverbs 18:22. Whoever finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains. This is something that you get. It's a perk of having a wife. Favor of the Lord. And how many people could use a favor right now? Holiday season is coming up. People are getting laid off. People don't have work. It's hard out here. How many of y'all could use a favor? And I'm talking to my brothers specifically. But if you want that favor, get you a wife. God is going to honor that. He has to, because he's got to make a way for you to be able to provide for that family. Right? So when we are in God's will, we put the onus on him. We give him the responsibility. It's like, hey, God, you wanted me to have this woman. You wanted me to have these children. You wanted me to have this lifestyle. You wanted me to provide for them. So now, God, you've got to make a way. And God has never caused me to lack. He's always caused me to be able to make a way to provide for my family, because I honor my wife. Ain't that something? Right? Of course, I got to put the work in. I got to go to work every day, but at least I've had a job every day of my marriage. I've never been laid off. Let me not say that. Have I been laid off? No, I haven't been laid off. I've always been able to have a substantial job to cover not just my bills, but everybody's bills, everybody's cell phone, everybody's health insurance, everybody's life insurance, everybody's lights, everybody's food. God has always made a way for us, some way, somehow, directly or indirectly. He's always made a way. So if you want favor of the Lord, gentlemen, get your nose into Proverbs 18:22. Read the whole Proverbs, but specifically we'll be talking about today, Proverbs 18:22. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. God bless y'all. Thank y'all, those of you who tapped in. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Live life led by God. Love the journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if y'all have questions or things that you want me to go into deeper, I want to do that. I want to be here for you in your Christian walk, in your father walk, in your husband walk, in your just being a man walk, because we all need somebody. And understand that you are not alone. God bless y'all. Love y'all. Peace.